Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katie and I'm here with some beginner sewing tips for you that I wish I knew when I first got started. My first tip is I don't want you to think you have to run out and buy the most expensive machine that you can find. Because if you're just getting started, you just need that basic machine. You can find it probably just a basic machine at Walmart or Joann's or your local craft store. But my biggest tip is to possibly look on Facebook Marketplace or check with your local sewing machine dealer. Sometimes they do trade-ins because people like me that's been sewing a long time, we like to upgrade our machines from time to time. So you can find a really good deal on a used machine. Also, people on Facebook Marketplace, somebody might just decide that they don't want to sew anymore, or someone in the family left it to them, or whatever the case may be. You can find some really great equipment for a fraction of the cost used. And all the equipment behind me, I've got some sergers, a blind hemmer, even my industrial machine over there. Only one of those machines was purchased new. They all work great, and I've had them for years. So don't get in that mindset that, oh, I'm gonna start this new hobby and I need to go spend all this money, because you really don't. The second thing I would like to share with you is when you get started sewing, don't jump into a really difficult project. And I would suggest not starting with clothing, because clothing, you really need to understand garment construction. There's a lot more to it, and you really just want to get used to using your machine and doing some basics. I would suggest trying like a tote bag, headbands, like craft sewing. There's a lot of great beginner YouTube videos. I have some videos here on YouTube and on TikTok. Try those out first before you jump into garment sewing. Because garment sewing, you really need to understand how to read patterns, what fabrics to use. There's a lot of curves and things you need to manipulate while you're doing it. I don't want you to not try it. I'm just saying, when you first get started sewing, I highly recommend trying easier projects. And even when you do start doing garment construction, look for those patterns that say easy. Even as an advanced seamstress, I've been sewing for over 30 years, 35 years, I don't even know. I like to get the easy patterns. I don't want the difficult patterns. I just want to make something cute and fun. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just, I see something cute and fun. I like to get the easy patterns because I can get them done much quicker. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I just want to make something fun. So even advanced seamstress here, I don't even want those advanced patterns all the time. Now the patterns, Vogue patterns are wonderful, stylish patterns. I find them to be very advanced, so I probably wouldn't jump into that right away if you're going to do some garment sewing. Look for those patterns that say easy. Those are the ones you want to start with. I also have a really cool online course. It's called Katie's Sewing Academy. You can join that. The information is in the links, but I will teach you the basics. I will teach you how to take that sewing machine from the box and get started with it, and how to thread it, the different stitches, how to practice doing some stitches before you get started, and also what you need to look for. We have 18 beginner projects. We even do some garment. We do a t-shirt, and you get to draft your own skirt. So there are some apparel projects in my sewing academy. So there are longer videos that you can go back and watch, and then that way, once you've made something and you want to do it again, you still have that video. So I highly encourage you to check it out. There's even a $1 trial that you can check out the videos for 7 days to see if it's something you think you want to get into. But my third tip is just know that, like everything else in the world that you start new, it's going to take some time. You will need to practice. Once you find, if you make something and you're happy with it, make it again. If you're not happy with it, still make it again. Improve those skills. I think the very first thing, one of the first things I started making was little hair bows, which now, like, you can turn them into a bow tie, but I just slid a barrette through it. That was one of the very first things I made, because I didn't have to use a lot of fabric, and I could make them quickly. They turned out great, and then I started selling them to my girlfriends. I think I was in 8th grade. So it was even something that I could make a little bit of money off of. But I didn't have a lot of skills. I was just learning. It was just straight stitch sewing. So think about those kinds of things. It doesn't have to be something you make for money, but make something that you can make multiples of, that you enjoy making, that you can give to your friends or family. I tell you, the best part of sewing is just impressing your friends that you actually made it. They're not going to be judging you. You will judge yourself way more than anybody else will judge you. But anytime you can give somebody something you made, whether you sewed it, baked it, whatever, people just love that. And I've always loved the feeling of giving somebody a handmade gift, because not only do I like to give the gift, one, it gave me the enjoyment of sewing it and making it. It gave me the confidence of making it again and doing it correctly. So it's not only the enjoyment of giving someone the gift and letting them be impressed that I made something, but it's an opportunity for me to go make something else. I started quilting, and I got to the point, I'm like, how many quilts does one person need? Well, now I just make the quilts and I just give them to people. I try to just do the 3-yard quilts. I put polar fleece on the back just to keep it simple, just to keep my costs down, and then I can give them as gifts and I don't have as much invested in it. So those are just some things. So one, don't go out and spend all your money on all the things. 2, don't start with apparel, but don't be afraid of it. And 3, practice, practice, practice. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. Would love to hear from you. I would love for you to try out my sewing academy. Just try the $1 trial and leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think about it. And I hope you are ready to start sewing, because I'm ready to teach you.